we're learning from each other. And that's true both ways. It's not just the students learning from me. I actually learn a lot from the students. Students do recognize that we're all together. We are a community, we're learning together. And I think it helps my teaching that I'm listening very much to what the students are saying and how they're arguing and what they understand and where they get stuck. My name is Michaela Burkardt, and I'm a physicist, and I work as a college associate professor here at NMSU, teaching physics classes, mainly introductory physics. So typically starting people out in their endeavor, or maybe only having a very short chance of teaching them physics. I'm trying to make my students think. I like to make them curious. I like to let the students do as much as I can in a classroom like this themselves, because I think that's what is needed to get you started and to get you curious and really make physics more than a textbook topic. I had a wonderful high school physics teacher who actually was not a teacher, she was a physicist. And so she definitely inspired me because she allowed us to explore, and she recognized I had an interest, and it's absolutely not something that my family shares. So I was kind of the outsider on that. And she made me do things like, I was riding the elevator in our home that was like a 8-story building. So there was an elevator, and I was riding the elevator with the scale, standing on the scale, figuring out what the scale reading is to calculate back what the acceleration of the elevator is. She always gave me these little things that were not normal, but I was curious, and she probably wanted to get me a little bit quieter with my why questions. But that really made an impact on me, this active engagement with the material and trying to figure out how it worked, and I think that really made a huge impact. I think the most challenging aspect of teaching a beginner in physics is to change the expectation. Because most people come in with the expectation physics is about math. Give me an equation, I give you the numbers, and that's my answer. So one of the big challenges for me is to help them make sense and create the idea that physics is about sense making and not about answer making. I think it's very important to help them stay curious about what they're learning and interested, and to make the students feel comfortable in the classroom. They're learning something, and learning is always taking a risk. You could say something that sounds stupid. You could say something that might not be correct. So if you don't feel comfortable, you just don't say anything, but then you don't really learn. So I'm trying very much to make this a safe place where everybody contributes, and if something is not perfect, then that's a learning opportunity rather than a failure. You have to really critically reflect on what you're doing. You have to sit down and think about what has worked, what has not worked. Ask your students what works, what doesn't work, what recommendations you have. And some of them are really good ideas. And if you think about them and think about what you can implement and use them, I think you will become a better teacher. When a student voluntarily by themselves comes back to you and tells you that you made an impact, somehow you changed their view, you got them interested, you got them started, you helped them do whatever they wanted to do, and you were a little piece kind of putting momentum in the right direction. I think that is the most gratifying. What I recognized when I was working as faculty developer in the teaching academy and worked with colleagues and not worked with students is that I missed the students. I really missed the interaction with the students. I missed the opportunity to see them grow and change. And so that brought me back to teaching. And this is why I'm still here, I think, because I have a hard time imagining not teaching.
Michaela Burkardt, Department of Physics, College of Arts and Sciences.